to address us and the nation at large. Bamberile ZANU-PF! Bamberile ZANU-PF! Na President Comrade Dr. Emerson Mnangagwa. Pasine Mandu. Your Excellency, Comrade President. Thank you.
Ndakuchinja mutemo sarura yodura zanziga yongoma nyangwe hokuzama undura ndakuchinja mutemo sarura yodura zanziga yongoma nyangwe hokuzama undura Rafika kutonga kwaro ngoma baindurira ngoma yamakachaira
ZANU-PF, Bamberi no kubatana, Bamberi no kubatana, Bamberi ne gwaram sangano, Bamberi ne gwaram sangano, Bambile ZANU-PF, Bambile ZANU-PF, Bambile kubambana. Viva ZANU-PF! Viva ZANU-PF! Pasne mandu! Pasne mandu! Bamberi ne ZANU-PF! Bamberi ne ZANU-PF! Bamberi no kubatana! Bamberi no kubatana! Pasne mandu! Thank you. The Honorable First Lady, Mnangagwa, the Honorable Vice President and Second Secretary General Retired Dr. C. Gideon Chiwenga and Amai Chiwenga. President and Second Secretary, Colonel Retired Comrade KCD Mohadi. Our National Chairman and the Minister of Defense, Comrade OCZ Nchinguri Kashiri, the Secretary General of the party, Advocate JFN Mdenda, members of the Politburo and Central Committee who are here, members of the Elders Council, members of the National Consultative Assembly, Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Manicaland Province, Honorable Advocate M. Mugadza, ZANU-PF Manicaland Provincial Chairman, Comrade T. Mukodza, President of the National Chiefs Council, Senator Chief Kumalo, nemadzimambo ese vari pano ndinokuremekedzai, senior government officials, members of the diplomatic corps, invited guests, conference delegates, comrades and friends. It is my singular honor to address this 22nd National People's Conference of our ruling revolutionary mass party, ZANU-PF. The jubilant and electric atmosphere characterizing this historic conference shows that ZANU-PF is indeed the home and custodian of the People's Revolution. On behalf of the party, the Central Committee, and indeed on my own behalf, I thank you, Manicaland Province, for the warm manner you have welcomed us. Tinokutendai noku kamchira kwa maita. Well done Manicaland Province. Well done ZANU-PF. Tinofara kuva kuno Manicaland Province kumakomoyo. Ino province ine nhoroondo yehondo yerusununguko. Vana vekuno vakawanda vakaenda kuhondo. Manicaland Province has a rich revolutionary history, and communities like others across the country contributed with their blood for the liberation, for the freedom and independence of our motherland Zimbabwe. You generously hosted and provided sanctuary to many of the country's sons and daughters of the soil who passed through the valleys, rough mountains and rivers of this province to join the armed liberation struggle. The province was a strategic entry point for our freedom fighters into our sister republic of Mozambique. Tinokutendai Manicaland Province. It is a befitting tribute that we launched our campaign for the 2023 harmonized general elections in Chipinge. Last year, the nation converged in Buera district for the fourth independence anniversary commemorations. We take the opportunity of this conference to draw inspiration from the province's resistance against colonialism, against oppression, and settler domination. The heroic acts of Chief Rekai Tangwena and the Chief Makoni, the astuteness of the late national hero and the ZANU-PF chairman from this province, Comrade Herbert Wilshire Chitepo, along with many other national heroes such as Comrade Ndabaneng Stole, all provide motivation and lessons on a nation as well as party building. Kuno ndiko kwakabvazve magamba anoti Comrade Morris Nyagumbo, Comrade Edgar Tekere, Comrade Kumbirai Kangai, Ndengs William Dangana, Zororo Duri, Comrade Ellen Gwarazimba, among many others. Memories of the many battles fought in this province, including the Mavonde battle, solidify our obligation to protect the party's founding ideology. Comrades, the conference theme, which I caught, Attainment of Vision 2030 through economic empowerment and value addition, end of quote, is most timely. It avails us the chance to refine and refocus our ongoing people-centered revolution to develop, modernize, and industrialize our motherland, Zimbabwe, for the shared prosperity of our communities in our great motherland, our country, Zimbabwe. In keeping with the long-held traditions and internal democratic culture of our party, I invite the conference to engage in factual, frank, and constructive discussions. As we debate, let us respect each other's divergent views. The upcoming implementation cycle of the National Development Strategy number 2 and the harmonized general elections remains of uttermost importance. The party's machinery should never rest but remain well-oiled to serve the people and advance the development of our motherland, Zimbabwe. It is pleasing that all structures of ZANU-PF have shown leadership in every area of our society, from building stronger families, fighting drug and substance abuse, right across to productivity, industrialization, as well as modernization of the economy. Our colossal mass party ZANU-PF is indeed the engine room of national development, a responsibility which we do not take lightly. The collective wisdom of this National People's Conference must be harnessed to proffer innovative programs to accelerate the ongoing development processes. In marching forward, the DNA of ZANU-PF will never change and must never be tampered with. The party must not shy away from continually adapting and responding to the requirements of the changing times. These new realities include urbanization, increased ICT usage, and a highly mobile, educated, and empowered people. Our Vision 2030 is fast approaching. Accordingly, party strategies and programs should be ready to lead and empower the upper middle income society. The ZANU-PF constitution and the correct party line should be ingrained in the hearts and the minds of all our people. This will guide the party throughout any periods of modernization and transformation, individually and collectively, through actions, speech, and conduct. Every cadre of the party has a duty to guarantee the dominance and the popularity of ZANU-PF. The conference is called upon to put in place the requisite building blocks to fortify this fundamental thrust. Tose tinosungirwa kubatana nokuchengetedza kuzvitonga kuzere kwedu sevanhu venyika yeZimbabwe. Pamberi neZANU-PF, pamberi nokubatana, pamberi nebudiriro, pasina usimbe, pamberi nokubambana, pamberi impuleleko, kwini? Impumelelo. Mai Chiwenga kutiwani? Impelelelo. Okay, I'll get my lessons from Mai Chiwenga. Pants no uvila. Angit. The gone up. Comrades, ZANU-PF government under my leadership is championing an undeniable economic revolution with a firm GDP growth trajectory. The impacts of our policies are reaching all districts, wards and villages. Vanoona ngativonei, vanonzwa ngatizwisisei. No amount of falsehoods by our detractors will ever conceal the true and the positive story of Zimbabwe. Sustainable, people-centered development and prosperity can never be a big bang. We are a nation on the rise. Systematically, orderly, and through a disciplined approach, we are building the Zimbabwe we want, brick by brick, and stone upon stone. Gradually, we are lifting people into a better quality of life, step by step, and community by community. The ongoing empowerment programs are designed to facilitate entrepreneurs to grow their businesses. Our youth, our women must make money. Make money in the free and independent land of their birth. No one and no place will be left behind. Makorokoto amhlope kumabasa edu akasiyana siyana tiri kuratidza kuti zokwadi nyika inovakwa igotongwa igonamatirwa. Hallelujah. Agriculture production and productivity is our reliable and consistent path to self-reliance. Higher agriculture productivity should now translate to expansion of our agro-industries. Conference is called upon to guide our structures and the nation at large to ensure that our agriculture is market-driven, not only to feed ourselves, but particularly for export destinations. The aim is also to see better health, nutrition, especially for our children, and improved household incomes. As a result of the successes in the agriculture sector, the party has a duty to plan and direct our government in a manner that realizes these aspirations. Preparations for the 2025-2026 summer cropping season have already begun. Inputs are being dispatched across the country. I congratulate the party for mobilizing farmers towards climate proofing our agriculture. The increased uptake of the Pfumvudza into Asa program is a demonstration of our shared vision to be a nation that produces what we eat. Well done, Zimbabwe. The record maize, wheat, and tobacco yields, as well as mineral sales, together with the expanding manufacturing sector and increasing tourist arrivals, all point to our unstoppable potential. Pamsoro pazvo, vana vedu vari kushanda kunze kwenyika, vari kubatsiravo kuvaka nyika yokwavo. Tinozvikudza izvozvo. Our citizens in the diaspora are playing their part in building our motherland through remittances and increasingly by investing in different parts of the economy. Such acts of patriotism and allegiance to our motherland are commendable. Going forward, the ZANU-PF-led government will continue to collaborate with the private sector to consolidate the gains we are realizing from the prevailing conducive business environment. Zimbabwe is open for business, with focus now on investment promotion in rural areas. As we welcome investors in our jurisdiction, we expect that they will adhere to the Constitution and the laws, while also respecting our people, respecting our customs and our culture. More industries and factories must be established among our communities. Production of all the needs of our people should be best at the places where they live. Tinoda mafactory kumaruwa ikoko. Zvinhu zvatinoda ngazvigadzirwe kumatunhu edu. Mabasa ngawanikwe kumadistricts edu nekumawards kwatinogara. Tisu tine mutoro wokuzviita izvozvo sehurumende. Let us not wait for others from elsewhere to come and develop our own areas and sectors. The duty to create jobs for our young people is ours together. At the government level, our rural industrialization, transformation, and the empowerment of local communities is on course. You are all witnessing irrigation schemes, presidential village business units, as well as agro-processing and warehousing facilities being established throughout the country. These interventions are turning our rural communities into strategic and viable export hubs, resulting in improved household incomes and livelihoods. Conference is challenged to further assess the performance of all party programs and projects. This should be done for the purpose of collectively proffering positive recommendations that will close any emerging development gaps and oversights by government. Throughout the prosecution of the armed liberation struggle and since independence, the party has always demonstrated an ability to adapt strategies to realize the desired end goal for the people. We are a people's movement that decisively and boldly reviews our own approaches in the best interests of the people of our beloved country. This culture should never stop. We are from the people and must serve the people. Government has put in place concrete strategies to quicken the rate of modernization of our hospitals, as well as the availability of drugs and medicines. Tomorrow, I will be commissioning the Nut Farm Medical Warehouse here in Mutare at the Victoria Chitepo Provincial Hospital. Science education is at the core of industrialization and sustainable development. The party should ensure that government is directed to prioritize the construction, equipping, and the manning of science labs, especially in rural areas. The heritage-based education 5.0 model has had evident results. Discussions at this conference towards deliberately scaling up support for our talented youth to broaden areas of innovation as well as commercialize their creative ideas and the products are critically important for the development of our country. In agriculture, in mining, in manufacturing, ICTs and tourism, among other sectors, the young people are emerging as masters of their own destinies. Our party and the country has every reason to be proud. Well done, our young people. Semsangana weZANU-PF tinokutsigirai vachidiki. ngazvirambe zvakadaro muchiziva kuti nyika inovakwa, inotongwa, igonamatirwa. Haleluya. Pamberi neyigi yedu, pamberi nevechidiki vedu, pamberi neyuthi yetu, pasine mandu. My dear comrades, ZANU-PF is a strong and a united party with a constitution. It has a sound ideology, clearly laid out structures, and revolutionary principles that do not change according to preferences and the self-interest of cliques. Kwete. Musangano, musangano, gwarai gwara. Musangano, haukwani muhomwe yomunhu. Hausi wangu, hausi wedu sevatungamiriri. ZANU-PF nderuzhinji rweZimbabwe. ZANU-PF is not private property. It can never fit into anyone's pocket. This is a mammoth revolutionary party, a party of the people. Hatisi musangano we mazake mazake. Tinomira pazviga zvedu, zviga zvinobva kuvanhu, uye totevedzera gwara romusangano, gwara rehondo yechimurenga chakaunza rusununguko rwatinaro nhasi. We are a party that upholds its constitution, including the laws of this country, as we advance our national interests. Kure kwemeso nzeve dzinonzwa. All structures are directed to expose and reject perpetrators of tribalism and regionalism, among other narratives that divide the party. Corruption of any kind has no place among the rank and file of the party membership, and indeed in our country. It is a cancerous to the ongoing national development agenda, pasi ne corruption. You will all recall that in 2018, in my address to the 17th National People's Conference at Esgodini, Mutare and South Province, I pronounced that, and I quote, "To achieve the modern, prosperous society we envision to become, we must cleanse ourselves from the retrogressive tendencies such as corruption, self-centeredness, economic sabotage, indiscipline, immorality, among other ills. The party should never be a haven for any of these vices. We must be honest, hard-working, transparent, disciplined, and selfless in all our activities. These are values and the national ethos which must be ingrained in us to bequeath to future generations." That position still stands today and tomorrow. It remains the correct path line. excesses, wanton acts of commission and omission for corrupt ends risk alienating the party from the masses and must be expunged from our body politic. Discipline and integrity of all ZANU-PF members should be above question. I expect the conference to be emphatic on these matters. Are we agreed? Hallelujah. Our country is not for sale. Spreading false information, denigrating one's country, denigrating the leadership and the people can never be good for our national pride, our image and dignity if we do such things. Let it be clear that those opportunists who tarnish our country for short-sighted, ulterior political motives will never succeed. Zimbabwe is a constitutional democracy with strong governance systems and institutions. Nyika haitongi pa social media. Nyika haisi yokutamba nayo. Nyika yedu, rusununguro rwedu, rwakatengwa neropa. Ropa revana veZimbabwe vakarara mumasango umu pasine mhandu. Under my leadership, ZANU-PF will remain vigilant and not waver in safeguarding, defending and promoting our unity, our peace, our democracy, independence and sovereignty. We shall never betray the fallen heroes and the heroines, sons and daughters of the soil, who paid for the Zimbabwe we now enjoy with their dear lives. Says ZANU-PF, atikanganwe, ticharamba tichichengetedza nhaka yedu yatakasirwa naavo vasikiwa noupenyu kuti sinunguke. My dear comrade delegates, as we turn to the main agenda of this watershed conference, I challenge us to do so with unity of purpose and invite us all to put our hands to the plow to achieve the intended objectives of this gathering, of this conference. Focus must be on guaranteeing the growth of our party membership in readiness for the harmonized general elections which are coming. Responsive strategies and approaches must be advanced to consolidate the visibility and the influence of the women of the Youth League and the Veterans League. Political mobilization by the party with its affiliates is our daily responsibility. Let us carry on recruiting and welcoming new members from all walks of life and harness the diverse skills of the membership for the ultimate good of our revolutionary movement. Tinoramba tichivaka musangano wedu nguva nenguva tichienda mberi. The successes of the ZANU-PF government are a source of pride and are like a light that keeps growing brighter and brighter. Our national development philosophy, nyika inovakwa, igotongwa, igonamatirwa. Hallelujah. Through this philosophy, we must safeguard our dignity and our identity as truly independent Zimbabweans and an African people. The bonds that cement all of us from Zambezi to Limpopo and from Plumtree to Mutare are unbreakable. We are a united, peaceful, unitary, and indivisible great nation of Zimbabwe. This conference is a demonstration of this unity. Hatisi kudzokera shure. Ticharamba takabatana. Tichironga budiriro yenyika yedu tiri pamwe chete. Ndisu vene vayo. Zimbabwe ndedu. Inosumudzirwa nesu varidzi vayo. Comrades, the Central Committee reviewed its activities undertaken through the various departments of the party during the period under review. The Central Committee report before us highlights that ZANU-PF is growing, modernizing and extending its influence. The departments of the party are more robust, in line with the expectation of the membership and generality of Zimbabweans. Grassroots empowerment initiatives are ongoing under the auspices of the leagues of the party. In all the programs undertaken in the period under review, no one and no place is being left behind. As a liberation movement, the party has remained engaged with progressive parties in the region and beyond. We are doing our part towards promoting the values of Pan-Africanism, unity, justice, peace, security, and sustainable development for all, particularly for us in the global south. ZANU-PF pays tribute to our friends and allies who are unflinchingly in support of Zimbabwe against the colonial illegal sanctions and other global shocks such as climate change. In line with the requirements of the party constitution, it is now my distinct privilege to officially table the Central Committee report to the 22nd National People's Conference for debate and adoption. And that is the report, which I now table for debate. With these remarks, I wish us fruitful deliberations and conference outcomes that leap forward our country's development and the prosperity of our people. Pamberi ne ZANU-PF, pamberi no kubatana, pamberi ne gwara msangano, pambile ZANU-PF, pambile kubambana. Viva ZANU-PF! Viva ZANU-PF! Basne mandu! Basne mandu! Pamberi ne ZANU-PF! Pamberi no kubatana! Pamberi no gwara msangano! Pambile ZANU-PF! Pambile kubambana! Pambile kubambana! Pamberi ne ZANU-PF! Viva ZANU-PF! Viva ZANU-PF! Basne mandu! God bless you all. God bless Zimbabwe. I thank you.
Hapana sound. Pamsoroi. Ngatiisei maoko mudenga. Tutende mtukabiri wedu. Nemashoko. Anovaka mashoko. Anosumudzira nyika. Anosumudzira musangano. Maoko. Shakare. Chikwengu. Mururu neburidzo. Isai kutonga kwaro. Vakomana ridzai kutonga kwaro.
Tizike wepana ndinyi mwendamberi ndakuchinja mutemo sarura yodura tazika iwongoma nyangwe huku dzamaundura ndakuchinja mutemo sarura yodura tazika iwongoma nyangwe huku dzamaundura erasvika kutonga kwaro ngoma paindoira ngoma yamakachaira rinopazanendera Ramagajaira, kutonga kwaro, kutonga kwaro, kutonga kwaro, kutonga kwaro, kutonga kwaro, kutonga kwaro. Aywa hongore, herendende wasikana. Hongore, herendende muchadura. Aywa hongore, herendende wasikana. Aywa hongore, herendende muchadura. Karanga moshkura musura Kwanzika kumaria rinotonga musha Siso garosika panzo rinosiya tinda Kangoma kekeduka eka novaya katumba Kanyanya kukori waunowira mukumba Jerusalema kutamba kwa zumba Erafika kutonga kwaro Ngoma paindoira Ngoma yamakachaira Sanindira, Paramagachaira, Kutunga Guaro, Kutunga Guaro, Kutunga Guaro, Kutunga Guaro, Kutunga Guaro, Kutunga Guaro. Aywa hongore, herendende wasikana. Hongore, herendende muchadura. Aywa hongore, herendende wasikana. Aywa hongore, herendende muchadura.
Magona. Zano PF oye. Pasine mandu. Hatisisina nguwa. Ngatiteereresei zviri kuteera. Your Excellency, allow me to thank you most profoundly for your comprehensive, instructive, and unifying keynote address, which touched on the state of the party, the economy, and also the state of our social services. The incisive speech deserves a befitting vote of thanks, and to do so, I humbly invite another distinguished war veteran, a military and intelligence strategist who has served the party diligently and selflessly. After the 2023 harmonized elections, he was reappointed to serve again as Vice President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and Second Secretary of the party. He has equally supported His Excellency in rallying the people of Zimbabwe towards Vision 2030. Dai tikambonyarara avo vari kufamba vari kuenda kupi, dai matibatsira security kuti vanhu vagare pasi hatisati tapedza program yedu. Honorable Vice President and Second Secretary Colonel Retired KCD Mohadise, The floor is yours to propose a vote of thanks on behalf of the conference and to move a motion for conference to take note of the keynote address by His Excellency, the President and First Secretary of ZANU-PF, Comrade Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa. Honorable Vice President, sir.
Family ZANU-PF. Family ZANU-PF. Family ukubambana. Family ukubambana. Family ZANU-PF. Family ZANU-PF. Pas Nemandu. Your Excellency, the President and First Secretary for ZANU-PF, Dr. Emerson Dambuzo Mnangagwa, Your Excellency, the First Lady and Secretary for Environment and Tourism, Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa, colleague Vice President and Second Secretary of ZANU-PF, Honorable General Retired, Dr. C.G.D. Nchuenga, the National Chairman of our party, ZANU-PF, and Minister of Defense, Honorable OCZ Mshunguri Kashiri, the Secretary General of our Revolutionary Party and Speaker of the National House of Assembly, Comrade Advocate J.F.N. Mdenda, the Treasurer General of our party, Comrade P.H. Namasa, Politburo members here present, Central Committee members here present, Provincial Chairman of our party here in Manicaland, Comrade T. Mukodza, the Minister of State for Manicaland Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Comrade Advocate M. Mugadza, Cabinet Ministers and Deputy Ministers here present, senior government officials, invited guests, media fraternity here present, comrades and friends, ladies and gentlemen. Comrade President and First Secretary of our party, Your Excellency Dr. Emerson Dambuzo Mnangagwa. It is with a profound sense of duty and a revolutionary pride that I stand before you to deliver this vote of thanks at this successful 22nd National People's Conference. This gathering is not just a meeting, but a resounding confirmation of our collective will, a strategic pause to refuel our engines for our final ascent as we move towards Vision 2030. Comrades, let me begin by directing my deepest and most sincere gratitude to the chief architect of our modern nation, our Commander-in-Chief, His Excellency Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa. Your Excellency, we thank you. We thank you for your unwavering leadership and for prioritizing Zimbabwe's socio-economic development. Your vision has decisively opened up space for capital to find foot on the Zimbabwean soil. You have worked tirelessly to reposition our great nation, making Zimbabwe a premium destination for investment. This is the concrete foundation upon which our lasting prosperity is being built. We also thank you, Your Excellency, for your wisdom in allowing our party to grow organically and healthy. Over the years, you have consciously built vectors of peace and unity among us. By allowing internal democracy to flourish, you have strengthened our foundation. You have shown us that a party that debates robustly but remains united in purpose is a party that cannot be defeated. Furthermore, this phase of our revolution we are in is non-negotiable. This is the phase of economic development. The economy, by its nature, is a delicate ecosystem. It thrives on stability, predictability, and most importantly, unity of purpose. It collapses where there is discord. Our collective energy, our very thought, our every action must be channeled in one direction, pulling together to build our economy under the clear direction of the party. Your Excellency, your keynote address today has challenged us to constantly reflect on the future of our party. This is not a call for minor adjustments, but a deliberate and conscious evolution. We must now continue to build a modern party, a party that transcends its traditional role, not a party that awakens only when elections are by the corner, not a party that awakens only during elections, but a party that is a living and breathing vehicle for daily development and continuous economic empowerment. Our party structures, from the national to the cell or village level, must be the primary engines driving our people towards prosperity. There must be the dynamic conduit through which empowerment programs flow, innovation hubs, incubators of business ideas, and the generators of economic justice. Our party must be a global enterprise, a brand synonymous with progress, stability, and transformative leadership. Your Excellency, ZANU-PF is a development-oriented party that must be guided by one unwavering principle. That is, party must be guided by one unwavering principle, and that guiding principle is the party supremacy. Party supremacy is not about domination. It is about strategic direction and ideological consistency. It is the vital mechanism that ensures the government we lead remains perfectly aligned with the values, principles, policies, and the revolutionary ethos of our ruling party. The government is the engine, but the party is the driver who holds the map to Vision 2030. Without party supremacy, the engine may veer off the road, distracted by short-term gains. With the party supremacy, we ensure that every government policy, every piece of legislation, and every national program is a direct implementation of the resolutions we pass in this very conference. Another lesson from your address, Your Excellency, is the power of inclusivity. You have dismantled the old gates and allowed a multitude of players to come to the fore. We see the dynamism of private sector, the commitment of the public sector, and the welcomed expertise from our diaspora. This is not a sign of weakness. It is a testament of our confidence as a party and a nation. We welcome those with capital to build our factories. We honor those with the technical expertise to modernize our agriculture and mines. In this grand mission of value addition and empowerment, there is no them and there is no us. We are all one, united under the banner of a prosperous Zimbabwe. Comrades, as I listened to the profound wisdom in His Excellency's keynote address, a greater truth dawned on me. We are not just witnessing a transformation of Zimbabwe. We are witnessing a birth of a new development architecture for the entire developing world. Your Excellency, the policies you are implementing, the philosophy you are championing, this is a masterclass in pragmatic, people-oriented development. I say this with conviction. The world will come to know you, Your Excellency, as the father of modern-day development architecture. A time is coming when leaders and policymakers from across Africa and the global south will not just visit Zimbabwe for trade. They will come for a developmental pilgrimage. They will come to learn. They will come to study the Mnangagwa doctrine of economic empowerment. Of inclusive growth and of turning challenges into opportunities. They will come to see how a nation, against all odds, engineered its own renaissance. This is why, comrades, the task of documenting our journey is not just important. It is a sacred duty. I'm a firm believer that we must immortalize this wisdom. We must commission a definitive book series that explores the thoughts, the philosophy, and the practical policies of His Excellency, Dr. Emmerson Mnangagwa. Well, let's call it the Mnangagwa Blueprint or the Architect of Empowerment. When we are all gone, these books must remain. They will ensure that the mind of our president, his vision for his people, and his recipe for national success will live forever. Guiding generations of Zimbabweans and inspiring nations across the globe. Let's live here with a renewed covenant, a covenant to build a modern development-focused party, a covenant to uphold party supremacy as our guiding light, a covenant to support His Excellency's vision without reservation, and a covenant to act this great legacy in the permanent ink of history. The journey continues, and the work awaits. Therefore, comrades, with a spirit of unity, a record of radical empowerment behind us, and a clear vision for a legacy that will span the globe, and having been profoundly guided by the wisdom of our leader, I now hereby move the motion that this second National People's Conference takes note of and fully adopts the keynote address delivered by His Excellency, the President and First Secretary of our party, Dr. Mnangagwa, as our definitive blueprint and battle plan for economic conquest that lies ahead. Long live our party. Long live Zimbabwe. Long live Dr. Emerson Mnangagwa. I thank you. No tender. Siyabonga, twalumba.
Siyabonga.
Ngatise maoko mudenga titende vice president vedu nekutipa vote of thanks. Maoko mudenga. Maboko. Zvakare. Chikwengu. Mururu nemuridzo.
On behalf